fantastic start.
Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry, but our staff's funny. We are still here, and we are still coming at you live tonight. We had to change plans because of the weather a little bit, and we only have two here on stage, as you can see. Myself and Allie, we are here, and the other staff members are joining us. Via Zoom. So we're going to let everyone go ahead and say hi. Hi, Allie.
Hi.
Go ahead, guys.
Hi. Hello.
Hey, everyone.
Howdy.
So we are all here with you tonight, and we're just going to have a little bit of time with the staff. We're going to start off with Clay. He's going to sing us a Christmas song. He thought we should do some music. So we're going to go ahead and throw it to Clay. And he's just going to start off singing us any Christmas song he would like to, within reason. And then we will get rolling. Clay?
What are you laughing at, Steph?
This part wasn't scripted.
No,
Let's see Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
I'm going to do a classic, and I don't know the words to it.
Oh.
That's about as far as I go.
Well, Timothy, and the rest of the world, due to the fact that we are live to everyone, we apologize. Straight up, we apologize to you. Okay, so I enjoy that you can see that I can kind of see what you're seeing now. Ooh, that was me. Sorry. We're gonna have a good time tonight. It's a celebration. I gave you a song, Clay, and you didn't go with it. I am going to be asking some questions to the staff, and this first section is a would you rather? Would you rather? And so they're just simply going to answer the questions, and we will go with those on Zoom first, and then we will come up to the stage. Okay, so would you rather have a white Christmas or a warm Christmas?
White.
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 Probably warm.
Warm. Definitely warm. Yeah, I'm not too big on that. Sorry. Okay. Would you rather receive a gift or share an experience?
What's the gift? At this point in my life, probably an experience.
Okay.
I'm going to have to say the same thing.
Okay.
An experience every time.
Agreed. Experience.
Al?
There's just too many factors. I can't answer this question without more information.
Come on, Allison.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy gifts, but the experience probably means a little more than the gift usually. Yes, the gift is an experience, because that can happen too. All right, would you rather have eggnog, just regular eggnog, or fruitcake?
Eggnog all day in a moose mug.
I can't do either one. Sorry.
If I have to have one, I'm going with eggnog.
Eggnog, for sure. Eggnog, for sure.
Eggnog.
All right.
Though I didn't try it until the first time last year.
I would definitely say eggnog. When I was young, little, I liked eggnog. But something changed as an adult that's not good. So, all right. Would you rather play outside, build a snowman, sled, or stay inside drinking hot cocoa and reading a book when it snows?
I prefer to start by playing outside and building a snowman, and then work my way inside around a fire and maybe a cup of hot cocoa, snuggled up with my lady, and just watching some football.
I would normally say inside with hot cocoa and maybe a Hallmark movie. But today I really wished I could have gone outside. I was afraid to tempt fate, I guess. But I would like to have played out in the snow today.
I'm with Clay. I'm going to play outside until I can't play anymore, and then I'm going to come in and cuddle up by the fire.
I'm gonna sit inside in the warm and watch it snow.
Yeah, I'm most likely going to stay inside. I did go outside with my kids today, so I won Mom of the Year, but I did stay at the top of the hill most of the time.
She
I
hit a
slept-
nasty little run on the sled.
Thank
It
you.
was nice.
Thank you. I did sled. I sled one time.
I would definitely stay inside. I might read, but I might watch a movie, and I might just watch people outside. Somebody said that something like that too. All right. Would you rather shop in New York for gifts or shop online in your PJs?
I would like to take the trip to New York, but forget the shopping. So to answer this question, I'll say shop online, but I'm open to a trip to New York. That's what I'm saying.
That's not shocking.
I'm going to say in the times that we live in, I'm definitely shopping online. However, if we were not in the midst of a pandemic and it was just a regular, normal time of even Christmas time, I would like to go to New York and do some shopping.
I'm in for a trip tomorrow.
Agreed. I'm ready to go. Let's go, Jason.
I'll do it. I'll book it.
I'm out. I'm going to stay. I already did all of my shopping online, literally 100% of it, so I'm good with that.
I would go to New York. I've been to New York and we shopped a lot, so I would do that again. It was fun. Would you rather have turkey or ham for your meal?
Ham.
Turkey all the time.
Both.
Ham all the way.
Ham.
Ham. Would you rather decorate with snowmen or angels?
What if snowmen and angels were in a fight? I'm gonna say, God, I'm a pastor, but I'm going with snowmen.
Funny, you should post this as a question because the only decorations I have up are my Snow Buddy collection and my angel Christmas tree. So I have both.
Solid.
I'm with Steph. I'm calling for both.
Snowman.
Neither.
Snowmen. I like snowmen. I like angels too, though. Okay.
I don't
Did Allie
decorate.
say neither?
I don't decorate.
Would you
We have a
rather?
tree.
Yeah, Would you rather have twinkly lights or the bulb lights?
Bulb all day. Give me the C9s.
I like the bulb lights.
Bulb lights all day.
Bulb.
Twinkly. Would you rather get up really early on Christmas Day, or would you rather sleep in and wake up just in time to eat lunch?
I do love me some lunch, but I'm getting up early. I got to get them presents, and I like breakfast too. So that's how we're gonna go.
I'm a get up early kind of person.
Get up early.
When I was a kid, it was up early, but now I'm sleeping in.
Wes, you kind of look like Santa Claus.
A
Mhm.
lot.
I kind of like. I used to be the one that was up literally all night. I would wake my parents up every hour on the hour. My
Straight
kids
up.
don't do that, and so I'm still the first one up on Christmas morning and trying to throw stuff at them to wake them up. So that's what I do.
All right. So for those of you that came on
You
late,
didn't
or
answer.
maybe, I didn't answer. I would definitely be a get up early.
He's up early.
Yeah. For those that might not be a part of Timothy, and you might just be happening on this live tonight, this is the people you're seeing are the staff of our church. I'm Kelly Payne. I'm the pastor of Timothy. I have been here for 21 years as pastor, and I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves. Al, I'll let you go next.
I am Allison Jones. I am the worship leader, director of worship and media here at Timothy. I have been working here since 2006, but officially as the worship leader in 2011. And yeah, that's me.
Clay Payne, associate pastor / youth pastor. Been a part of Timothy for a long time. Been on staff for, I'm not sure how long, been full-time staff for 4 years.
I'm Stephanie Payne, the choir director, and I have been a member of Timothy since 1994. I don't know how many years that is. And I don't know, 20-something years as the choir director.
I'm Jason Snyder, and I have been a member at Timothy since 2001 and on staff since 2007. Did I say I was the family minister? Did I say that?
No, I don't think so.
Wes Stewart, I'm the children's director, and we've been attending Timothy for 10 plus years.
So that's what we're doing tonight. We're kind of just interviewing the staff, talking a little bit. If you like the fun stuff, that's cool. If you don't, just wait a minute because we're going to get to some pretty serious questions in a moment too. So, first off, if you could have Christmas at home or in a new destination, which would you choose?
Oh my! Bring on the new destination. Let's go.
Oh, I'm staying home. Christmas at home every time.
Home for me. Definitely home.
Wes?
I'm ready to go somewhere.
I like to stay home for Christmas. We are going on a little Christmas vacay this year. We leave tomorrow, so that'll be different. But yeah, home on Christmas Day.
Home. Only have one Christmas song that you can hear over the Christmas season. Which one would you choose?
The one I sang to start off this whole kit and caboodle.
The Carol of the Bells.
Oh, is that what that song is? Then I'm not going with Carol of the Bells. I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with... something Mariah Carey. I'm just kidding. The Eagles version of that song that's like... bells will be ringing. That one.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, you have to sing at least a line of it after you tell us what it is, everybody.
I did it.
Mine would have to be Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. My all-time favorite.
Okay.
Oh man, I like them all. I think if I had to pick one, it would probably be Silent Night. And nobody wants to hear me sing
Oh,
that.
come on, Jason.
Let's hear it.
We'll sing with
Nope.
you. You start and we'll jump
Appreciate
in.
the offer.
You start and we'll jump in.
Silent Night.
Oh, Wesley!
That's my favorite too, Jason.
Well done, Wes. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
No fear.
Is that yours, Wes?
Yep.
Yep. I thought it was, but I didn't know if you were just helping your brother.
Mhm.
I'm out on Christmas. If I have to listen to it, I can't.
Allison.
I know it's a sad thing to admit as your worship leader, but it is the most difficult time of the year for me. But if I had to pick one, I
Mary, did you
think
know?
I would pick O Come, O Come, Emmanuel.
Good one. They're all good.
O come, Emmanuel.
Show off.
Mine is Oh Holy Night. Oh Holy Night, the stars are brightly shining. If you were going to start a new Christmas tradition, what would it be?
A new Christmas
I'm sorry, guys.
tradition.
We have the slow thinker first. So
That's a hard question. If you're going to start
a
a
hard
new tradition,
I
you
know.
should
I
think
agree
about
100%, Clay.
it. A new Christmas tradition. I'm not a fan of this because I don't wear PJs and I don't like them. But my wife would think it was really cool if our entire family wore matching PJs when we got up for Christmas morning. So I'm just going to say that because it's kind of like a movie.
The first thing I thought of was actually a tradition that we did when I was a little kid at my grandmother's house. And they had a Christmas tree growing naturally in their backyard, and we would decorate it for the birds with popcorn and berries and stuff like that. And I would like to have something like that at our house.
That's cool.
That's awesome, Steph. I love
is
that.
cool.
Well, thank you.
Man, is there anything new under the sun?
new to you.
I'm kind of like Steph. I think maybe decorating something outside as a family, maybe like for everybody to see. I don't know.
Okay.
I wish we could do like a old fashioned Griswold Christmas with everyone together. I don't know if that would be a long standing tradition, but it'd be interesting.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's a beaut. I would
It's a beaut.
probably. I just picture them saying that to Wes. I don't really know. I guess if I had to pick something that I was gonna start, we had a Christmas thing yesterday, and it was really the first time that my girls came and like helped me bake the pie. And though it took about 30 minutes longer than it should have, it was fun and they loved it. And so maybe I will continue to do that. Maybe.
Awesome.
That pie was delicious.
Well, thank you. They made it.
I kind of going to go back to something that used to be for me. When I was, I don't know when it started, but when I was little, it went on and I didn't appreciate it. But once I got to be probably 13 or 14, it was my favorite part. And it was Christmas Eve at my mom and dad's house before it started. My grandmas and great grandma were there hour early. And mom always had on the big stereo, the big console stereo thing, album going of Christmas music. And we would just sit in the living room and talk before everybody got there. And I remember just getting to hear like my great grandmother Oakley and my granny Juanita and Granny Reese sit and talk. And I listened to them talk a lot. And it was just a blessing. I think that would be a fun thing to start, is to get the matriarch and patriarchs of the family to come early and just sit and let them talk. So that's me. All right. We kind of already did one like this, so I'm going to skip it. All right. So now I'm going to move on to the next thing that I have down, and that is this. Y'all will be so excited. Tell me a little bit about your favorite Christmas tradition and why it is.
My favorite Christmas tradition, I talked about it today. It's cliche as can be, but I like our tree right there. I like the tree. I like going to get it. I like picking it out. I like decorating it, and I like staring at it as I'm sitting in the living room. I like the tree. That's my favorite tradition.
I think currently my favorite tradition is Christmas breakfast at my mom and dad's. As soon as we get done here, opening and waking up and cleaning up, we go to my mom and dad's and have kind of a brunch. And two reasons. Number one, I love being with my mom and dad on Christmas morning. And number two, my mom is the best cook in the world, and she makes blueberry pancakes because I love them. And so that's probably my favorite tradition that we have right now.
Cool.
I'm with Clay on this one. We're like mirror images. I love the tree. I love to go pick out a tree. I love to cut down a tree. I love to have the whole family with cocoa and the whole thing all together, and then bringing it home and making sure it's perfectly straight, and listening to Jamie get frustrated because it's never straight enough for me, and then decorating it all together. I just love the family aspect of being able to do all that all together.
My favorite one growing up, which we don't get to do it anymore, but Christmas Eve with my grandparents, and I miss it.
I think my favorite is probably Advent, and just whether it be an Advent service or like my mom is doing an Advent wreath this year with all of us, whatever it is, I just like the sitting down and like getting quiet and focusing in just for a minute. And it's just fun to see. My mom's really good at incorporating the kids into it as well and finding ways for them to love it and enjoy it too. And so it's just fun to watch something that I grew up doing and now they're doing it, and it's just fun.
I would definitely say many years ago someone gave us a gift. I don't know who gave it to us. Joy probably does. But it is a big nail on a rope, and you hang it somewhere in the back of the tree, way up inside it, close to the trunk. And then it has a story that you read either when you're putting it on there or sometime throughout the Christmas season. And I like that. I like knowing it's there. I like putting it there. I like the whole aspect of it. And it's something that usually just happens with me and Joy, because at our stage in life, there's usually no one else around when we when we put up our Christmas tree. So it's just a cool time for me. I like that. All right. Broad spectrum here. Tell me one of your favorite Christmas memories.
Here I was, December 25th, 1991. And I come out, I told this before, I'm pretty sure, but I come out to the greatest Christmas present of all time, my WWF wrestling ring with all of my favorite wrestlers standing tall in the wrestling ring. They were my men. Some call them action figures. I call them men. Anyway, and I still have another fun tradition. I still have an old popcorn tin with the cheddar, the caramel, and the butter. You know, one of the big ones, though, they get cheap on you now. It's like this tall for $5. You're like, are you kidding me? I've got like the big baddies. But I've still got one of those tins at my parents' house that's full of all my old action figures. But that memory, it's my favorite Christmas present of all time. And I can still picture rounding that corner and seeing all that on the fireplace. Never forget it.
I don't know if I'd call it my favorite, but it's one of the memories that always comes to mind when I'm asked a question like this. Kenny and I were talking about it earlier today. We'd have Christmas at my house with my mom and dad and brother. And we'd go and have Christmas dinner with my dad's family or at lunchtime. And then we would drive to Wichita and have dinner with my mom's family in Wichita. And it was, thinking back, it's just a sweet memory of being able to spend, even though there was 4 hours difference in my parents' families, we got to see everybody. And we got to celebrate on Christmas Day with everybody. So that's a sweet memory for me.
I'm with Steph. We would always, on Christmas Day, get up and do our thing at home. And then we would go to my dad's family at noon, and then have my mom's family later in the afternoon. And just getting to see like everybody in the same day. Like now, I think, 35 years later, I may not see all of those people in a year. Some of them honestly are gone. But to get to see all of my cousins and everybody and play football in the yard and do all those things with everybody at the same time, that's my favorite memory.
My favorite memory with my wife and kids would be bringing Parker home from the hospital on Christmas Day when he was born. He was born on the 20th. We got to come home on the 25th.
That is cool. I think that I'm gonna go with just not necessarily like a particular one, but just every Christmas, the girls, it just seems like it gets more and more fun, and it's just exciting, and being with them on Christmas morning and all of just that is the best. And so, and as Griffin, I think this will be kind of her first year to really kind of love it. And so we're excited for that, but just being with them and whenever they just have the magic in their eyes, and it's just the best.
I have a whole lot of memories, but I'm going to go opposite direction of what most people did. Mine is a memory I'm going to share is when I learned a lesson at Christmas. I shared it before, but I asked for a strobe light for Christmas one year. I mean, it was the disco era. I grew up in the disco era, and for all of y'all that are out there that know what I'm talking about, go ahead and give me some. But anyway, that's what I wanted, and so I opened up. Everybody went somewhere, and I opened this box up that I thought was probably it because it was to me, and sure enough, all I read on the side of the box was that you can see it from anywhere in the room. And I put it back up and put it under the tree, and just, you know what I mean. So when it came time to open it, I just wasn't quite there to where I was wise enough to keep my mouth shut. And so I was like, I know exactly what this is, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. And I opened it, and it was an alarm clock. Digital alarm clock. It had a red glowing thing on it that you could see from all over the room. And I remember I was like, yes. This I was trying to not blow my cover, but I learned my lesson to just leave it alone, take what you get, and certainly don't peek because I'm not even a good peeker.
I bet you had it set to the Bee Gees.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Andy
Barry
Gibb.
Manilow.
Yeah, Barry Manilow. A Christmas ornament that is in your family that holds a lot of meaning to you.
I would say, so the first year, well, I talked about it this morning, our first Christmas tree, me and Leah's first Christmas tree. Every year since then that we've gotten a Christmas tree, you give it a fresh trim on the bottom. So whenever you put it in water, it sucks up that water. And we always take the piece that we trimmed off. And so like our first Christmas, we've got that piece, and we've got the year and wrote our first Christmas. And then in 2011, we had Ike's first Christmas, and 14 and so on. And so we have, it doesn't really fit my wife's style necessarily at this point. So kind of they get stuck around the back of the tree sometimes. But we have all these ornaments that are cut from the bottoms of our Christmas trees that are significant, talk what happened that year, something like that. And so I just think it's a cool idea, in 50 years, well, we'll probably only have 10 of them because we'll probably get lazy and stop. I hope not. But, anyway, that's what I would say.
I'm going to say I've got some angel ornaments that my aunt has given me over the years, and those are probably my favorite. We have a small Christmas tree up this year that I usually put up along with a big one, but we haven't done the big one yet. We might still, I don't know. But the small tree is covered in crystal angels, and a lot of them were given to me by my aunt.
Mine is so easy. There are actually two. The first one is I have these clowns that go on the little flashing bulbs on the tree, and the bulb goes into the clown's head, so the heads light up, and they're from when I was little, and I absolutely love them. They're hideous. Gentry says they're scary. Some of them, the faces are literally coming off, but they were my favorites when I was a kid. And then when Mom passed, we got, kind of divided some of that stuff up. And my other one is KP, you and Joy gave us one of those nails with that story on it. And we always put it by the base of the tree or back by the trunk of the tree every year and read the story and then get to take it back out at the end of the year or at the end of the season when you're taking the tree out. So those are my favorite two.
My favorites are the ones that the boys have made. They've got a couple that they've made over the years, and one of Anna's big traditions was they always made Christmas cookies on Christmas Eve with her sisters, and Parker has one that he made with his aunt that has passed away that is pretty significant to us. So it's one of my favorites.
I honestly don't think I have one that is just like we're kind of. I mean, we've only been married for 7 years, so we don't have like a whole lot of stuff. Apparently, my parents gave my brother all of our old ornaments, so found that out this year. That's kind of weird. So he's got them all, so I don't have any that just hold a lot of sentimental value. But so what we do is when we get our tree, then we go to Hobby Lobby and we all pick out a new ornament. That's how we filled up our tree. So every year, everybody gets a new ornament. And I don't know why, but this wreath stuck out at me this year, and it just says peace in the middle, and it's just really pretty, but it just felt very fitting for this time of the year. So
That would have definitely
Told
been
you
your-
I'd give you one.
that
it
would have
doesn't matter. That's not the point.
definitely been your mother, as you already know.
Yes, I'm aware.
Love you, Mom.
Mine is definitely two ornaments I have. I actually posted them on Facebook earlier this year from my grandma Juanita's. Some odd ornaments that she had on her tree. Just when I say odd, just different. They're like a half a circle, and then inside them is a scene. And every year when I put them on, I immediately go way back in my childhood. And so they're by far my favorite. It's been pointed out by one of the people on Zoom. We were all supposed to wear buffalo plaid of some sort. And Jason, he missed, he didn't get it done, but we are glad he has plaid. But it's been pointed out that I do have on buffalo plaid socks, so I don't know if you all can see these, but I'm showing you. I matched, so I would appreciate it if you would go ahead and applaud.
I think it was unnecessary for you to point out that mine didn't match.
I'm sorry. For those of you that are watching, we want you to be putting your answers to these too, so we can go back and read them. We want you to get involved, okay? So you put your answers too, because we are curious to see. Which person in the nativity scene do you enjoy the most, and why?
I'm going to go with baby Jesus for obvious reasons.
Well, I too am going to go with the baby. He is the whole reason. He's our hope. And when I look at the others, you can imagine all of the things that they're thinking. But when you look at the baby, that's all he is. He is hope. He is peace. He is all the things that we're looking for, especially this year.
Well, obviously the baby I think is the easiest, but I think my favorite part of the whole scene is the environment. And that's just that it's so common. There was no pomp and circumstance. It was him coming to earth as us, as a sacrifice for us.
I like the shepherds. I like that they were, presented with the angel, and then they said, "Hey, we got to go see this thing for ourselves." And they went and worshiped.
I'll go with Mary. I feel like her part of the story is incredibly significant. And I also feel like it's hard to imagine what she was really feeling, knowing just that she's holding this baby that is this tiny baby, but yet knowing the promises that he's going to fulfill. And I can remember like looking at my kids and wondering like what they would be like, if they'd be sassy or if they'd be meek or if they would be, and clearly it went with sassy. But I just can't really imagine knowing full well what's going to happen and, just still just savoring that moment and treasuring them. And I don't know, it's just crazy, crazy part of the story.
Joseph. Joseph, because I feel like Joseph is a really, really good example of blind faith. Nothing made sense. It was very difficult, but he did it anyway. And so when I see him standing there, I always think of faithfulness, even when it doesn't make sense. So that's mine. If you could give someone in your life who blesses you quite often a Christmas gift this year, who would it be? And what would you give them and why? Clay, you're first on these.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go with all of you guys. I'm just
Aw.
kidding. I would go with my wife 100%.
I guess I
Just
should go ahead and say
been
I had intended for this to be like someone not in your family, someone else.
That's not the answer I prepared, so you're getting.
So you can give me family, but know that after you do that, I'm coming back after this and asking y'all another one.
Okay, then I'm gonna go with my wife, because she's a champion, and she really is. She was a powder puff champion, but anyway, she just
Her
the way
jersey was
that-
retired.
it's true. Her jersey was retired. It still hangs in the little shelf thingy. Anyway,
The
not at
trophy
our house,
case?
at the school. Anyway, trophy case. That's it. That's what I was looking for. The list would be too long to mention, but just how she's handled the go with the flow is not really her style, and she has went with the flow that 2020 has flowed, and I think done a phenomenal job, an awesome job. And will our kids make, are they smarter than they were at the beginning of the school year? I'm not sure, but they are getting all their work turned in. And, our house is it's still standing, and it's pretty much all because of her. So that's what I'm going with.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go with Lisa Napier. I'm gonna wish that I could gift her the deck of her dreams. She's been a friend that I didn't know I needed when I got, and she's kind of just been the friend that I've needed. And I probably would also have to, give her a bigger fence for her dogs, and just all the things that she wished that she had, I would give to her.
And this one is so hard. I think ultimately, all of the people that have lost loved ones recently, I would just like to you said if we could gift them anything, just to be able to gift them peace. I don't even know that it would be possible to gift understanding, but the ability to continue on day after day until time begins to heal some of those wounds. I know this year has been a time when that seems to have come from nowhere for a lot of people, and I think that's what I would ultimately like to be able to gift. Hi, Leah.
Hi.
When I think about this question, there's a couple that I work with, an older couple, Ron and Wanda Cagle, and she is always doing something for someone. She's a prayer warrior. She makes a really mean rum cake. She's just always doing something for someone, and a lot of times that's me. And so I don't know what I would give her. I think the goal would be to return the favor somehow. So maybe I'll buy her a pie plate or something and make her a pie.
The answer I had prepared was also my husband, and I would buy him an NVIDIA 3080 graphics card. Thank you, Sound Booth Boys, because that is what he wants, and apparently they're impossible to find. They are impossible to find, because I tried. Since that's not an acceptable answer, I am told, honestly, just what came to my mind, can it be like something that's not possible? Sure, okay. I would gift the entire world by making COVID go away.
That's good. The person would be Greg Cox, and I would give him health and peace. When I became the music minister of Timothy, working with Greg taught me a whole different realm of ministry, and working under him opened my eyes and heart to just a deeper level of serving Christ. So I've always been indebted to him for that. And the reason I would give him those two things is because I think those are the two things that he needs the most right now. Okay? All right, we're going to do a little bit of Christmas trivia. So on this one, it's whoever answers first. Okay? Hey, is anybody back there in the sound booth able to kind of keep a tally of these 5 people and who
I
answers
can.
the most of these questions? You can't, because you're giving answers. You'll cheat.
Oh, okay.
Will you cheat?
Yes, she will.
Yeah,
Yes, she
she'll
will.
cheat. She's
So
a
do
cheater.
one of y'all have it back there? Okay. All right. Are y'all ready? Hey, y'all better be typing answers in here, because we need your input. Oh, y'all better be. I was looking down there. Which gospel or gospels speak of the events surrounding Christ's birth?
All of them.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you wanted us to name them.
Yeah,
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
it's just 2.
Luke
Oh,
and
Matthew.
Luke and Matthew. So,
I get half a point.
all
Back
right.
there.
Y'all have to listen
my
really
eyes
good.
distracted me. It's not fair.
How many magi visited Christ shortly after his birth, according to the Bible?
3.
Four,
I said 3.
2, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
All right, it's an undisclosed number. The Bible doesn't give the number. We just
I win. Yes.
Oh, did you say that?
I didn't give a number.
Wow. Thank you, Clay.
Neither did Wes.
I said 3 first.
All right, are y'all answering on here? We're watching. We want you to be answering. According to most English translations of Matthew 2:11, where is Christ when the Magi come to visit him?
At home in Bethlehem.
That's correct, in a house. So,
Because they came so much later.
the Magi ask Herod where Christ is to be born. Herod summons his priests and scribes who know the location of the birth of Christ because of the prophecy of this man.
Isaiah.
Talk a little louder.
Isaiah.
Zechariah.
No.
That was a good guess.
Not Isaiah?
No.
Um,
Anybody know in
Simeon.
here? Huh?
Ezekiel.
Nope. Come on.
Simeon.
Come on, Facebook. Y'all should be answering this. Who, Steph?
they boring.
Simeon.
You got it?
No.
Micah.
I almost said Nahum.
Micah 5:2. Micah 5:2. None of y'all got that, or if you did, I don't see it. All right. In a dream, an angel tells Joseph to name his child Jesus. Or it was prophesied that a virgin would give birth and call her son Emmanuel. What does Emmanuel mean?
God with
God
us.
with
God
us.
with
With us.
Allie got it, and you all got it, I think. So, all right.
I think I said it the fastest.
Herod's slaughter of the children 2 and under, according to Matthew, fulfills a prophecy uttered by what man?
Isaiah. Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
Just start naming them all, Allie.
I just rolled my eyes really big if you couldn't see.
Why? Because you didn't know?
Was that on her list?
What? I believe I'm winning. Was there anything else you needed to add?
All right, I will take control of this. Why was Jesus born in Bethlehem according to the Gospel of Luke?
Census.
The census.
The
Census.
census.
That's where
Census.
Joseph's family was from.
Wesley, yeah. Good job. Yes, Steph went on out there.
If you didn't fill out the census for 2020, you should.
Christ was laid in a manger. What is a manger?
A stable.
Feeding
A
trough.
bed thing.
That's
Grass. Hay.
First.
In a stable.
Okay, what did you say, Clay?
A trough.
It is a feeding trough, yes.
That's what I said.
Did you hear her?
I feel as though I'm getting cheated on this game.
You got that point.
Who's keeping score?
Okay, someone in the sound booth is keeping score.
Pardon?
How do the shepherds learn of Christ's birth?
Angel.
Wes is on it. Come on, Wesley.
I think I'm having some kind of lag.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
delay.
I did. It's called thinking.
Hey.
Okay.
That was definitely in love.
Yeah, all in love. Who prophesied to Mary that Christ was destined for the fall and rising of many, and that a sword
Gabriel.
would pierce her own soul
Gabriel.
also?
He's yelling Gabriel.
No?
No. Nice try. You can't learn everything from the Easter play.
Oh, who
Do
is
not
it?
be afraid. You
Elizabeth.
That's a good one. Is it not Elizabeth?
Simeon.
Dang it.
Luke 2, 25 through 35, if y'all are wanting to know that. All right. So the next thing we're going to share.
Wait, who won?
Oh, who won? A tie between Wes and Allie.
Oh, shocker. Real big shocker.
A tie between Wes and Allie. You can come up with a tie-breaking question about Christmas, the
my
Christmas story.
gosh.
What year was Jesus born?
0.
0.
They both said 0.
2.
They both wrong.
100. 101.
You can Google it, but I'm pretty sure it would be, I'm pretty sure it's 4 BC.
Okay.
No lies.
So they didn't get
So
it.
if you can't, if
So-
you don't know the answer, then that's not a valid question.
Could you go ahead
I
and
said pretty sure.
do you want to try another one, or do you want to defer to
No,
someone else?
I don't really want to. I don't want to try another one anymore.
Okay.
It's okay
You
for
can
them
have a
just to
tie.
tie.
I'm fine with
Yeah,
it.
Y'all
we
good
can
with a
tie.
tie, Wes?
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all listen up. Aren't they good to get along with each other? I'm going to give everybody just a moment to share any message they'd like to share with the church as Christmas approaches, and we will start with Clay.
I would say I shared my message this morning, pretty much. But just Merry Christmas. My message would be that I love you. I hope you've grown. Excuse me. Hope you've grown even in these twisted times that we're living in. Hope spiritually. And harsh as it sounds, if you haven't, it's on you. And I guess what I would say, the reason for the season is what I said today. Jesus' birth gave us hope. His life, death, and resurrection is what gives us life. And so I think we could all do I pray that we all do our very best to carry that message everywhere.
I would just like to say Merry Christmas, church family. You all are the most amazing church family to worship with, to serve with, to be associated with. You make me proud to be part of Timothy Baptist Church, and I am blessed to get to serve on staff at this church. I hope and wish for you the very happiest of Christmas days and Christmas seasons. I hope for wellness and health and peace and joy, even when we're faced with the things that we're faced with. So I love you all, and I can't wait for you guys to experience our Christmas cantata, which will be slightly delayed. But you're going to love it. Make plans. Don't let anything come between you and experiencing this time of worship that we will get to have together on January 3rd. I love you all.
Merry Christmas, and our family loves you. We miss getting to see each and every one of you on a weekly basis. I think the main thing that I would like to remind you is that we live in a world that's focus is not on Christ, and we live in a world where the hope or lack thereof is not found in Him. But as Christians, as followers of Jesus, our hope is in Him, and this world has no effect on that whatsoever. And I think it's important that we remember whose we are, and that what's going on in this outside environment, while we tend to allow it to affect us in reality, it should have very little effect on who we are and the example that we set of and for Him. And I'd just like to remind you of that. And there is hope. If you find yourself at home and in a dark place, just remember that our hope is not found outside. Our hope is not found in being able to get up and go to work or to go somewhere else. Our hope is found in Him. And it's pretty simple to say, but in times like this, it's a little bit different to focus on. And that's it. We love you, and so thankful to serve with such an awesome church family, essentially my entire adult life. So look forward to seeing everybody gathered together again one of these days.
Love you guys. Can't wait to get back together with everyone. Like Jason said, just remember the reason for the season and what we're celebrating. And we know it's tough. It's tough on everyone. And I hate missing church. I hate missing Wednesday night with the kids. But enjoy this time with your family, and 2021 is going to be an amazing year.
So a friend and myself are doing an Advent study together this year, and it's the She Reads Truth Advent study, and it's really good. And the other day, the study that I was doing just like really resonated with me, and so I want to read just a little bit of it because I felt like it was too good. And it's talking about, they're challenging you to adopt, how we say like all the different things, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all the things we say. So they were just like, we have another one for you, and we challenge you to adopt it, and it is just He remains. And then they followed it with this. Presents are opened and then forgotten, but He remains. Meals are prepared and then scooped into containers as leftovers, yet He remains. Christmas cards make their way from our mailboxes to our recycling bins, yet He remains. Years come and go, yet He remains. The trappings of Christmas can only ever be temporary, but the beating heart of Christmas, that Jesus entered the world as a baby and would one day rule and reign in righteousness, goes on forever and ever and ever. So hold your loved ones closer this Christmas. Linger longer with steaming cups of peppermint tea. Savor every single moment. But when the wrapping paper is in the dumpster and the decorations are put away, grieve not, for He remains. And I just think I have a tendency to get sad when it's over. I have a tendency to hate for it to draw to an end. But that is so silly to feel that way, because we are the ones that make it stop. We are the ones that only, let ourselves get to the place that we get during the Christmas season. It's not, God does not put a time frame on that. And so I think just remembering that even though it can be sad and even though the holidays can't last all year round, He still does. And so I just really wish that, I think that Christmas came at a perfect time this year because I feel like there's just a hovering gray cloud over everything. You never know if you're going to get to do what you have planned, and you just don't know. Nothing, is the same. And I just feel like Christmas has kind of boosted most people's spirits, and I feel like if Christians would really just continue to boost that through, I think we could see something. I think we could see change. And so that's my piece.
My message probably is going to sound a little odd, but my message to you is to remember that life is but a vapor, here today and gone tomorrow, because you never know. I have always known that life is but a vapor, but periodically things happen in your life that remind you of it, and so I have been reminded of that this year. And I say because it is a vapor, it's fullest. A lot of y'all are sitting in houses moping about having to be in them, and there's people that would give anything if you'd pick up your phone and call them and say hi. Quit looking internally and start looking out at what you might can do to bless somebody else, because in return you end up blessed. This year, we've had some significant deaths in the church. But one of the things that I was reminded of is that Rita and Sheila, that both passed away this year, held very necessary and high positions in our church leadership. Sheila was on the personnel committee, and she was also our church clerk. Anytime we had a business meeting, Sheila recorded all the information, and within a day or two, I would get an email, and it was on. If you know Sheila, it was on, and the bottom of it said, respectfully submitted by Sheila Moran, church clerk, Timothy Baptist Church. I mean, she was on it. And the month that Sheila passed, she emailed me some of the last minutes that we had, because I lost them and couldn't find the email, and she emailed them back to me. Rita, I've told you what she did. And here's what I tell you, that tells me neither of them had it in their plan for this to be the last year they were on this earth. They were still serving and still working and still doing. And I think we can learn from that. Don't retire from serving God. Don't hibernate when there's things to be done. Your church staff works very hard during a crazy year to still give you things to connect. I mean, we have 2 events this month that all you have to do is get in your car and drive through it. And we're working our heinies off so you can do that. Get in your car and drive through it, dingbat. Come on. Don't sit in that house and rot. Get out and do it. Do what you can. Don't do what you can't. Jesus loves you. I love you. And I want you to live life and enjoy it. We are leaving tomorrow for a little vacation, Joy and I and our family. And I plan to enjoy every minute of it. If something changes and that can't happen, well, we'll deal with that then. But I'm asking you to change your plan if your plan is not to enjoy every minute God gives you to live. Because you never know when your last breath will be. And boy, for the one that goes on, it's great if you know Jesus. But for those left, it's difficult. And what a memory when they can say they lived their life to the fullest. They served God up to the last minute. They're having to find someone else to come and sign checks because that person can't come by and sign checks anymore. I want to be a person who was used by God and who touched people's lives, and I ask you to do the same. Don't sit and rot. Don't sit and mope. Enjoy what you can and participate in what God gives you to do. All right, anybody else have anything you want to share before we're done?
He says all of that with love.
Absolutely, with
We
love.
should have some shirts made that say, "Don't be a dingbat."
I actually have one.
course you did.
Just kidding. Hey, it's weird. I will just be honest with you, Clay. Since you said that, I have people tell me I'm going crazy sitting in this house, but they don't come to the drive-through things that we offer, and that's why I say that. Come on, wise up. We're trying to meet the need, and please get on these live things. Jump on there. You don't even have to get out of your house for that one. We are providing you food, like you said, Clay, and sometimes we have to take it in our court to grow. Anybody else? Steph? Well, everybody, we're going to finish with this. How can the church be praying for you? And I asked Steph because most of you already know, but she does have COVID. And as you can tell by looking at her, she looks pretty good for someone who has COVID.
Thank you very much.
So, Steph, how can the church be praying for you?
Well, we have been blessed with mild symptoms, kind of head congestion and a little tickle in our throats and that sort of thing. But just continue to pray that the symptoms stay mild and that they go away quickly, and that we are well and get to come back to full service at the church.
Next. Clay, you go.
I would just say for safe travels we're leaving tomorrow. Safe travels for that, and just remain healthy. I mean, it's been I ain't gonna lie, it's been an enjoyable year in our home. A time of closeness and more time to get to spend together, less running and more just chilling. And so I guess my prayers would just be that I wouldn't take for granted the time that I'm getting to spend with my family, not only through the holiday season, but all the time.
Jace. Jason.
I was muted and didn't know it.
Okay.
I would say health and safety for my family, just continued health and continued safety. Kind of like Clay, that we wouldn't take for granted the blessings that God's provided in our lives, and that we would continue to do what He's put in front of us, that we wouldn't sidestep anything that He would have for us to do, but that we would take it head on, and just that we would all individually and corporately do what He's called us to do and be who He's called us to be, where He's called us to be that person, that we would be His hands and feet in whatever community it is that we're in, and that He would continue to bless that. And just honestly, we're just so thankful for our church family and for you guys, and we continue to pray for everybody. And we hope that you would continue to pray for not only our family in this household, but our extended family, that they would be safe and in good health.
Mine would be just good health in general. We've been battling stuff. Our boys have been battling something, it seems like, for most of the year. They've had fever and blood test and COVID test, and we can't figure out what it is. So just healing in that nature.
I think just that God would continue to, kind of like what Clay said, this year's just looked a little different. And so it has kind of forced me and my two oldest kids to basically spend it together. And it has not been near as rough as I thought it was going to be. But in the event that continues to happen for the remainder of the school year, it could deteriorate. So I think just I'm kind of wearing some hats that I'm not used to wearing this year, but I didn't get to take any of the other ones off. So it's just sometimes it feels like a load, and to be a full-time working mother and now a full-time kind of teacher in a way. It's just a lot, and it can be a lot on them and a lot on me. So that's the first thing that comes to mind. Just pray that God will continue to give us grace through that situation and that we'll grow closer instead of not.
I would say for me to live in the day, in the moment, not to borrow tomorrow and not to dwell on yesterday, but to live in the day, in the moment, and for a safe vacation and for continued protection on my health and the health of our family and church family and friends. All right. Thank you all for being here and joining us. I'm going to ask Allie to pray us out of here, and we will see you Wednesday live stream, both for the main church as well as the youth, and then we will be back Sunday in person as well as live.
God, we just come to you this evening and we thank you, Lord, that we can have fun together, God, as a church family, and that we can get to know each other, God. And we thank you for our amazing sound crew that makes things happen that none of us understand, Lord, and just execute these things so flawlessly, God. And we thank you for them, God. And we just pray that, God, as a church family, as we move closer and closer to Christmas, God, that you will just remain number one in our hearts and in our minds, God. And I just pray that you will help us to remember that though everything is changing around us and though all of this excitingness and beauty is going to end, God, in a few weeks, God, you remain, Lord. And I just pray that we will hold tight to that, Lord, and that we will continue to press your light and your truth into the world, God. Lord, we love you, and we just pray that you will bless all of those that are sick, God. We pray that you will be with those in our church family that are suffering from COVID, and we just pray that you will continue to heal them, Lord. And we just love you so much, and in your name we pray. Amen. Bye.
Later.